What is up, everyone? It is once again that time, 90 Miles from Comics. I'm your host, as always, Chad. It just seems that Tuesday nights is just going to be open mic night. So we're here with the first official Tuesday open mic 90 Miles from Comics podcast live stream. And today with me, I have a very, very special friend. I want to thank him again for joining me. But most importantly, I want to congratulate him for hitting 400 subscribers on his channel. Shout out to ComicHead84. What's up, Kenny, man? What's up, brother?
Thank you, sir.
No, thank you, man.
Freestyle time. Yeah, anytime, dude. You got me on deck when needed. I'm ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, I'm
ready to talk about some comics.
Pulling up the chat real quick. Yeah, I'm ready to talk some comics too.
I know I'm trying to, but it looks like you're not live. Am I doing something wrong?
No, I'm live. I got TJ the Slab Dragon Watson up in here. Thank you for joining us, TJ. We got the guy Dark Mufasa. What's up?
Oh, we got
Monta Mikey up in here. Monster Mikey. I can't read. Sorry, bro.
Monster Mikey. You know what? And I like his style because he spells monster the way I say it because I'm from New England. Monster Mikey. That's exactly how I'd say it.
Is he from New England?
I hope so.
He probably is. He's got to be, right? Shout out to Barbarian Kung Fu. He was in the chat earlier, and I was having some technical difficulties, so my bad, brother. I don't know if you're still here with us, but shout out to you, man. His name's Chad too. I found that out. So,
really?
For real? Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, I need to get a show from Chad from the Comic Court and Barbarian Kung Fu. We just need to have a show. It's just the three Chads. I think that would be awesome.
Together.
You know, getting the Chads together.
Chad, what is it? What is it? Squared? What's 3? Squared? No, it's
cubed. Cubed, bro.
It's cubed.
That's what we could call it.
Yes.
That would be a pretty cool segment. Yeah, we might have to do our own segment on your show, Comic Bros or something like that. And
I agree.
Yeah, you know, we can call it something cool. Well, I stole that from Tony Sanders. I won't lie. He called me and Jeffrey Comic-Con. He called me and Jeffrey Comic-Con Henson that the other night.
Tony kind of has bros with the 100 emoji.
Yo, for
bros,
sure.
100.
Yeah,
that's Tony.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed. Oh, we got Hialeah Comic Bro in the building and Mr. Gritzy. So shout out to you guys, Hialeah Comic Bro. It was awesome meeting you at the con on Sunday, man. It was a lot of fun to wait in line to meet Chris Claremont with you and share that experience. So shout out. I'm working on that video. I got a little segment with him in it. So when I get to finishing and editing that, I'll have that posted.
With who? Shout out, Mufasa?
Oh, no. Hialeah Comic Bro.
Oh, Hialeah Comic Bro. Oh, yeah. Nice.
So,
that's cool.
Dark Mufasa is my MCE brother. So shout out to him once again, man. Thanks for joining me. So, all right. So we got a little bit of a topic tonight. We have the Mount Rushmore of comic book TV shows and the Mount Trashmore of comic book TV shows. And that was kind of your idea, Kenny. So shout out for the Trashmore. I think that was kind of cool. I'm like, ooh. So I'm not sure.
You know why? Because there was around my neighborhood where we grew up, there's a dump, a local dump, and it's this big mountain of trash, and we used to just call it Mount Trashmore. So
That's awesome.
It was rattling around in the back of my mind.
Yeah. No, I think it's great, and we can definitely use that and run with it. So I'm not sure which one we should start off first with, but we can leave that up to the chat. I mean, there's not a ton of it. Oh, we got Ed Dude up in the building too. What's going on, bro? Yeah, do animated TV shows count?
Good.
Of course they count. Of course they count.
Well, that's gonna change everything.
It's gonna change the game, right?
Yeah, because I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure.
I mean, we can do a separate animated series one, or throw them in. All right, because I had planned on throwing them in.
Okay, good. Let's mix it up. Yeah, let's mix it all up.
Most of mine are all probably animated series related. So, yeah.
Okay.
So
I might forget some because I was only thinking live action, but one thing's for sure, as I know what my number 1 is now. But okay.
And I think your number 1 is probably my number 1.
Yeah, probably.
But no, I think this is a great topic, great idea. So we'll let you guys decide if you want us to do the Mount Rushmore or the Trashmore first. And if there's any open discussion you guys want to talk about, anything about comics or anything like that. So you guys just let us know.
You know what? Maybe Ed Dude has the right idea. Ed Dude's suggesting two separate categories for animated and live action.
Yeah, I thought, and that's what I'm saying. We could do two separate ones, and that might be a good way to start. So how about this? Because it seems that we're probably more excited for the animated version. We'll save that one,
Yeah, let's do that.
right? And
Yep.
we'll start off with the live action Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore live action, and
then,
Mount Rushmore has 4 guys on it, right?
yes, 4.
And I hope people in the chat can name the 4 guys on Mount Rushmore.
That means we're gonna see a whole bunch of answers in here in just a moment, man.
Drop it in the chat, y'all. You know who's on Mount Rushmore, right? Reagan, right? Isn't he one of them?
He's got to be, right?
I thought so. I thought
Yeah.
Reagan was on there. Hoover. All right, let's get into it.
All right.
We'll do one pick at a time, right? So who's your, and I guess when you do Mount Rushmore isn't necessarily top 4 ranked because
a
Mount
lot
Rushmore,
of people,
all their heads are on even keel.
and that's how they look at it. But you can have a favorite, and if you want to save your favorite for last, you can. Or when you throw your favorite out there, you want to mention like this is probably like my number 1. That's cool too.
Fair enough.
All right. So, as being my guest, you go first, my friend.
Oh, thank you. I had to best comic book adapted TV show. I'm gonna put in there Batman, 1966, Adam West, Burt Ward, Batman. And I'm not whenever we're making top lists, I make a point to not just go with the most important, the most iconic, because sometimes you can get too caught up in that, and it's more nostalgia than quality. So I had to check myself on that, but I don't think it's that. I think even though it's you can revere the show because it's a classic, I think it's legit. Just when you look at it as through the lens of it being a comedy, you go back and watch those as a comedy show, and it is dynamite.
For sure.
Crazy,
absolutely right. Absolutely right.
Like cool outfits. The style is tremendous. Batman villains galore. Like
just
Batman 66.
Also, just the over animated acting in it.
Mm-hmm.
With especially on the villain side on some of them.
Solid performances too.
Yeah. I know you beat me to it, and I would say that one is on my Mount Rushmore as well.
Oh, it was okay.
So, but I guess I can't really, we got to make it fun. So I guess I got to think of another one. And
we can agree.
We can't agree.
What do you dig about it?
Okay. Well, first off, why I will say it's on my Mount Rushmore. I mean, of course, you make all very valid points, and this might be a little selfish on why it's on my Mount Rushmore, but I distinctively remember when my grandmother was like watching me, my brother, and my cousins and stuff. Like she would put that on for us, like Adam West Batman. It would be like, I don't know if it was like marathon or what. Like it would just be on from the afternoon, from like 4 o'clock to like 7 o'clock at night. And we would just watch that. That would be like one of the only things that she would let us watch. So of course, like I just have that childhood memory of her, and it's just one of the memories I cherish because unfortunately the beginning of last month, I lost her. So it's just one of those things that I will just always hold on to because she always put that on for us. And it was kind of like my first introduction to Batman, without a doubt. So that's why it's on like my Mount Rushmore. But I don't want to choose the same ones as you. I want to try to like, of course, like change it up and mix it up.
What you got?
I will have to say, and I agree, and I saw it in the chat. Ed Dude mentioned it, and I'm going to put it up there because I think it's great. Bro, Legion. Legion is like, especially among some of the newer shows, I think it's, I'm going to put that up there for me because I think it's like super out there. It's super different. And it definitely made me like more interested in that character. And I went and got his first appearance and all that type of stuff. So, just to be a little different, I'm going to go Legion on mine. But I totally would piggyback on your first pick, my friend, because that was a solid pick.
Here's a big asterisk for me is when I started like trying to remember shows and I kind of looked up like what's some comic shows, make sure I didn't totally space them out. And one thing I realized is I haven't seen a lot of shows, a lot of comic shows like Legion. I've never seen an episode of Legion. It sounds like I need to.
No,
right?
bro, it's a great show. And I will definitely say this. It doesn't not feel like a comic. It doesn't even feel like a comic book
Right.
show in a sense,
Right.
you know, because but it's also dives into it does and it doesn't, if that makes any sense, because
Yeah.
the character is so comic booky. So of course it's like, okay, only in a comic book would this happen. You know what I mean? But it doesn't really, you know, feel like all those other comic book shows. And I think that's what's awesome about it. It is very different from any other comic book show out there. And that's why
Yeah.
I would put it up there. And yes, I agree with him, Ed, dude. He has to watch that. And we got a few different Mount Rushmores already in the chat. I don't know if we listen. I don't know if you mind to shout some of those out real quick.
Let's tell you what. Why don't we get a couple more under our belt so we don't shout out and dive into too many that are going to be on my list.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I
Feel my
like it.
thunder there, guys.
So,
Because there's a couple hot picks in that chat that I might
all
be
right,
on mine.
so there it is, guys. So we see you guys' top 4 or your Mount Rushmores, and we like them. So
But
hopefully
I
you'll
like Dr.
hear.
Mufasa mentioning the $1 Million Man. I think he means $6 million man.
Yeah,
Because the
probably.
$1 Million Man is Ted DiBiase.
Yeah, bro. You know,
Everyone's got a price. Dude, I have a picture with him. I met him at a Comic-Con.
Oh,
I don't know
that's
if-
super cool.
Yeah,
I
I
met Jake the Snake Roberts at this con.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I didn't take a picture with him because he was charging, but it was cool.
Yeah.
You know, to meet him.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you that pic. It's me, $1 Million Man, and tell me I don't have the $1 Million belt over my shoulder with him. Pretty fire. Okay,
Fire. All right.
my next pick,
Second pick.
second head, and I'm just gonna say the name. The name of the show. I went with The Walking Dead. Right?
Okay.
Now, here's an asterisk on this show. I watched Walking Dead for I definitely watched the first 2 seasons, and I might have bailed on the 3rd season, right? And it's what, 6 or 7 seasons strong now or something?
Yeah.
Lots of seasons. And I've heard it tapers off a bit. I don't know. All I know is I've watched the first 2 seasons of Walking Dead, and those seasons were off the charts. Very well done. That's when we still had Shane in the mix, early Walking Dead stuff. I had read the first trade paperback of Walking Dead prior to that. I was getting a kick out of it. Pretty faithful adaptation. Well done show. I mean, the show's a phenomenon, right? Walking Dead, people go nuts for it.
It's still on to this day, my friend.
It doesn't. I was hesitant to pick it because I did bail on the show because it wasn't doing the same thing for me. But the first 2 seasons were strong enough to put it on the list.
I will say this: I have not watched The Walking Dead, so I cannot put that on my list.
Fair enough.
That will take me to my second pick.
Hit it.
Which I'm gonna have to go ahead and put Daredevil, because I believe all 3 seasons were awesome. They gave us the Punisher, and that season with the Punisher, it might have been more about the Punisher in that season,
2.
but I think it was one of those things that I couldn't stop watching. Once I put it on, I was like, damn, I gotta watch this. That's watch each episode. And I think season 1, season 2, and even season 3. I thought season 3 it wrapped up great, and it sucks that we're not gonna get more of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put Daredevil on mine.
Yeah.
We can show that, right?
We can show it, man. Let it fly, baby.
Yeah, we'll let that fly.
Yeah, F-bombs are cool. The Daredevil is my number 1 banger show. I think that is the best executed comic show because sometimes they don't nail all the different categories because you need to get the hero themselves need to look awesome. Considering we're talking about superheroes, but the character needs to look faithful, and Daredevil looks tremendous in that show. I almost prefer the Man Without Fear black what he
Yeah.
wears in like for most of season one.
Which
Like
is
that
cool
looks
too.
so cool, man.
Yeah,
And,
man.
and normally those are kind of lame. Like the suit that they wear before they wear the real suit is usually like, all right, let's get to the real suit. Uh, but the one, that suit is tremendous. And when he when he finally gets the outfit off the charts, just like solid writing. Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin performance, oh baby.
Hands down, probably one of the best villain performances we've ever seen, I think, on screen. I think like
Yeah.
that guy he's Kingpin.
hmm
I think like when it comes to like what he's portrays and stuff like that, like he is Kingpin for sure.
Yeah, he does. He's making interesting choices with him too. Like that voice that he does, um, is interesting. At first, I was like, "What's he doing?" But I like it, and he almost plays the role with like a childlike quality to him. Like
Hmm.
he's liable to like throw a tantrum or get real emotional, but at the same time, he's like a killer businessman. Uh, I totally love that performance. So I'm with you there for sure.
Yeah. All right. So that was my number 2. Is that your number 3?
I mean, yes, it's my number one technically.
All right. So
Uh,
so there is your
uh,
top pick right there.
yeah, that
I
is my
mean,
top pick.
it might have
But
been. It might be mine too. Like as I'm going through it,
I'm curious what if you have one above that. Hey,
I would say it'd be hard because I guess I wasn't really thinking just order.
rank.
I
Yeah,
was just
right,
throwing them,
right,
out
right.
there. All right. So I guess my next pick
Yeah,
is
this is the
probably
last one. So,
no. This is probably my third one.
are you sure?
Yeah, because I haven't. I only put out. Well, I said Legion and now Daredevil.
Oh, I got it. That's
Yeah,
right. That's
and
right.
then
We
I mean, oh
okay.
yeah, I was just trying to change it up. I mean, I guess you
Yeah,
could say, yeah, I was
Batman.
just
I
trying
got
to,
it.
yeah.
I got it.
All right, so my next pick after that live action comic book show will have to be. Dang, I might just say Punisher.
I'm gonna. Yeah, that was what I was gonna say. I was gonna say Punisher.
Because those seasons, I mean, the first
It's
one,
really good.
it was a little slow, the first one, to really get in, to build up to it. But I think once it got going, it was fine. But I liked the whole setup in the beginning, where, the first episode was awesome. Like it hooked me right in. The next couple episodes after that, it took me a little bit to get more
Mhm.
into it. But yeah, man. But season 2, I think right from the get, like,
Yeah, but you know what? I didn't even watch season 2.
oh, bro, check it
I
out, man,
Yeah, I
for
guess I need
sure.
to.
Yeah, I
Season
mean,
1, I was really into it. The Microchip, the guy who played Microchip was really cool. I was feeling their dynamic quite a bit.
and I have that first appearance. That's a little minor key out
Of
there.
Microchip? Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
It's like Punisher number 3 or 5, I want to say. I can't remember exactly, but of like the second volume or the second run. Because yeah, something like that. Can't exactly
I
remember.
was, you know, I don't want to just go with all recent picks because I know this,
Yeah.
but man, Titans was so good.
Yeah,
I,
Titans was really good. I will say this, Titans surprised me. I was on the
yeah,
fence on that show with the trailer and everything like that, and I was totally like, ugh, I don't know. And then shout out to Javi, one of the guys on the 90 Miles from Comics podcast, and shout out to Kevin and Joe and Justin. Hopefully we get on tomorrow night with them, and we're talking new comic books that came out last week and tomorrow. But yeah, Javi gave me his DC Universe subscription, and it was, you know, really, really good. And it was way better than I thought it was going to be. I was like, damn, I definitely need to, finish this once I started it.
have you seen any of the Doom Patrol?
Not yet. That is one that I'm still waiting on.
It's really good. It's doing some cool stuff. The I mean, I guess I have one more pick. Um, because we got classics like Lois and Clark that I watched a lot of back in the day. It wasn't my favorite show or performances, but I definitely watched it quite a bit. Um, Yeah, like Gretzky agrees with some Lois and Clark action. Um, hmm. Preachers was a solid show. Preacher was quite a solid show. I feel like I must be spacing some out. Yeah, man. I agree with the Punisher, and yeah, Batman's my honest list is Batman 66, Daredevil, Walking Dead, and Punisher. I'm being
Okay.
honest.
All
That's
right,
the list. You
that's the
know?
list. There it is. There's Comic Head 84's Mount Rushmore of live action TV shows. All right, and I
Bang.
guess I'm just gonna put mine out there.
Yeah.
I guess I just gotta do Batman. I'll just go ahead and just use it too. Daredevil, Punisher, and then I guess my last one will have to be. I see. I didn't watch a lot of Smallville, but I know a lot of people hold Smallville up there. You know,
Yeah, I
so
didn't watch too much of it either.
my last one will have to
Did you
be.
mention Legion in this?
Yeah. Oh, Legion. That's right. I
Legion.
didn't have to. Yeah, Legion. Those
Yeah.
are my four.
Yep.
I'm crazy. I'm
Bang.
crazy. Bang.
Legion.
You're on it. That's why I got you here, Kenny.
Because the reality is there hasn't been like a really ton of great comic shows. Is the
No.
truth of it. You know what I mean?
Now, my question is to you: did you guys ever see the Krypton show on Sci-Fi?
No, I think I saw maybe like some of the first episode. I've been told it's pretty cool. Like I think there's like some Brainiac in there.
Yeah, I mean that's the main villain. Like I watched it. I was, I've never really watched a sci-fi show. So of course I was a little hesitant to get into it, but once I got into it, I was like, all right, cool. Like I enjoyed it. It definitely wasn't like too cheesy. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I guess that could lead us into the next Mount Trashmore of live action.
Let's get because I'm gonna think of Mount Trashmore picks way easier. Because I think there's a lot of subpar comic TV adaptations.
Oh, for sure.
Shout out to Biggie Shack.
Hey, Biggie Shack
in the chat. Even though we didn't mention Incredible Hulk, Bill Bixby, Incredible Hulk, which I mean, it was kind of a nostalgia pick, and it's dated if you go back to it. But dang, that the sad song at the end is iconic. And when he hulks out into Lou Ferrigno, it's pretty epic. It's pretty exciting when
I agree.
He hulks out, So I just gotta give the respect.
It could be an honorable mention.
Yeah, it's not gonna make Trashmore list. I'll tell you that. It's good enough that it's respected.
Yeah, I do gotta shout out another MCE brother real quick. What's poppin', Seth? I hope that was pretty good. I don't know. That's his like thing.
That's how he says it.
Yeah, he goes, "What's poppin', everybody?" So
what's poppin'?
Yeah,
that's just pretty sweet.
Yeah, well, he's a pop collector. And he's got some grails, my friend. So, and you can check that out on the MCE channel, guys. Check out What's Poppin'. It comes out every Tuesday at 10 a.m. So,
bang.
He goes, "You tried."
Yeah.
Thank you for that, at least. So, all right. So, Mount Trashmore of live action comic TV shows.
Ed Dude has us starting out on the right foot. Inhumans, right? I went and I looked up. I'm gonna.
So you're going number one. Inhumans.
Oh, that's right. We're doing trash mode, so we gotta pick 4.
I'm gonna do 4
because. All right, 4. Yeah, I guess because I could straight up build a whole mountain off all the trash. But yeah, let's go with Inhumans. And while you do that, I'm gonna pull up a certain list that I saw earlier that was interesting. The Rotten Tomatoes worst reviewed. What the critics and the people say is the worst. That'll be interesting to pull up too.
All right, so my first pick that I'm gonna put out there, and I'm probably gonna get some hate for this, and I really don't care.
I know,
but Flash, I'm just not a fan of it. I just not my cup of tea. He doesn't even look like Barry Allen to me. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna put Flash out there. I might get some hate, but it is what it is. Flash is on my Mount Rushmore of, or no, Trashmore, Mount Trashmore of comic TV shows.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably on mine too because uh, it doesn't do it for me, man. A lot of those CW shows, like I won't say Flash, I'll say Arrow, right? Which is another
Bro,
one
and
that
I
I
feel
think
so
people
bad
like.
because the guys on my podcast, they would be giving me so much. They're like, "Oh, you just want to do that to hate on the CW shows chat because you don't like them." I'm like, I'm just not a fan of that acting. Like they just, I
Yeah,
don't know, man.
it doesn't. Yeah, it just doesn't do it for me. Um, See, Gretzky doesn't even know about it. Which Flash show? It's on the CW, man. It's been going for a while.
Yeah, and that's got like 7, 8 seasons or something like that. So I mean, there's obviously a fan base for it. People do like it,
Yeah.
but it for me, it just I don't even like his suit in it, man. I mean, and look, I'm not saying anything about Ezra Miller Flash either, but I mean, I could at least live with that suit that he had. I guess I don't know. It just looked better to me than this. Like to me, it's just like he was like in a leather suit. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it didn't do too much for me. Yeah, most of them didn't. I mean, it depends on what you're looking for. Like my homie, the comic jabroni, Edwin, he really enjoys the Flash, and he likes it. Um, he likes it where he can kick back. I think he says like with his wife and maybe like his kid or his niece or something. Um, and it's just a good time, like a good
yeah,
fun show to watch.
and there's nothing
Um,
wrong with that.
yeah, I feel like in that way, um, it yeah, it must be fine. But I feel like when I just by myself want to binge on like a comic show and really dive into it, for some reason I have a hard time.
I'm this. I know exactly what you mean.
I don't
Like if it
know.
was on with people, I could see myself. Like, yeah, cool, watching it. All right, yeah.
Yeah.
But like I gave it a legit shot, and like I tried to watch like the first season. Like I got 7 episodes in, and I like
Mm.
what to your point, watched them by myself, like in my room, and like I just couldn't. It just was
Yeah.
not for me, you know.
And interesting, like TJ Slapdragon is a fan of the CW shows,
Yeah,
and
and
I definitely respect his opinion. I'd be curious to see TJ, which of the CW shows is your favorite? I'm curious because there's a few. If there's Arrow, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, which is like a whole team up situation, and Supergirl, they have a whole line. I mean, they built a universe. I think even Black Lightning is part of um, the CW DC universe, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, like I said, it's got a huge following. People love it,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, it does. It does.
So
And yeah, um, what say you on Gotham?
I think I was probably going to be my next pick up there.
Gotham. I think I'm with you, man. Dude, when Gotham got announced, I was pumped, dude. When I read what was coming, and I saw like even maybe like the first trailer or something, I was like, oh my god, this sounds really interesting. A Jim Gordon show, and maybe like Bruce Wayne's kind of in the background a little bit, and it's like basically a Jim Gordon show going through Gotham, and we get little sprinkles of maybe some villain Easter eggs here and there, right? But what they did with it that I don't like is they kind of turned it into, and if you guys are in my age group, you'll know about the Tiny Toon Adventures. Okay? Tiny Toon Adventures was a cartoon where the whole series was, oh, it's a little kid version of Bugs Bunny. It's a little kid version of Tasmanian Devil.
Yeah.
The whole Looney Tunes squad, just junior version. Kind of like Muppet Babies, right? Like the Muppets, but as babies, right? And I wasn't expecting Gotham to do the whole Rogues Gallery, basically, but like kids, you know? Oh, look, it's Poison Ivy Jr., it's Little Catwoman, Little Batman, little this, little that. I don't know. Threw me off a little bit, and it just didn't bite me. I don't want Jada Pinkett Smith to be like the main antagonist in a Batman show.
Yeah, man. I just once again, one of those shows I tried and just same thing, wasn't my cup of tea. I'm not sure if like to your point, like the whole junior aspect of it. I mean, the show's been going on now, so like at this point they've grown. You know what I'm saying? And I guess that's the one thing they might have were looking at that as like we can use these guys to like grow into these characters who I guess to what we see them more as in the comic books. But I guess and I know it's really hard as comic book readers for us to not like, all right, bro, like that's not like how it is in the comic. You know what I'm saying? And that took me a long time with the movies. Like for the longest time, I had to like step back and be like, okay, the movies are their own like comic book. And it's the same thing with these shows. But just like some comic books that you read, some of them, you don't attach yourself to them. You know what I'm saying? Or there's nothing that grabs you. And same thing with Gotham. There were certain things they did with certain characters, like I guess had them go in certain directions that I just felt like, were just completely away from what they were in the comics. And I don't mind like them doing that, but I think there's still got to be a little something still like comic based and true to that character. You know what I mean? And you can't veer you can't veer off too much from, I guess those actual characters. And I don't know if that makes any sense of what I'm saying.
You know what? And you know what else too? I'm gonna put myself on blast of like I have all these strong opinions about Gotham, Flash, and Arrow, and I've seen very little of all of them.
Oh no,
because I bailed on a lot of them early. Like Gotham, like Ed Dude is probably making good points of like I'm probably off because I don't even know if I even went past season 1 with Gotham, and I think it's pretty well established now. Like what?
No, for
4
sure.
seasons?
And once again, it's got a fan base, and there's
Yeah.
people are allowed to like it. I don't want to take that away from anyone, and I'm not trying to like shit on it, so to speak. But it just wasn't like I said, wasn't for me, and I couldn't. I gave it a few episodes, and after a few episodes, I couldn't get past it. So, but
Yeah.
it sucks.
Like when I fired up like a show like Daredevil, man, bit me right away, and I was in. Jessica Jones had a really good season 1. Did you watch season 1 of Jessica Jones on Netflix?
Mm-hmm.
Tremendous. Purple Man, all that was
Given
really
a
heavy
Gage,
Yeah, and by the way, I was curious of TJ's top CW pick was in fact Supergirl, which was one I haven't seen. I haven't watched Supergirl. I thought it was interesting that they actually brought Superman into the CW
Supergirl. World. A lot of people like that Superman too. They say he plays him pretty well.
Yeah.
All right, so we got one more.
Yeah. I guess we do. Oh, I mean, my last one would be Agents of Shield. Agents of Shield didn't do it for me, either. How about you?
Yeah, I didn't. I can't really put that up there because I honestly didn't even watch any of that. So I will not put that up there on mine. So I guess
I should have heeded your rule of probably watch enough of it to have a bad opinion.
Yeah, but then again, did I really watch enough of it to have a bad opinion? Because I'll be transparent. There's been shows that I've watched. The first like 8 episodes I wasn't into. Then by 9 or 10, I said, okay, I'm more into it. But I don't know. Like to me, there just wasn't a connection to me with any of these that I'm putting on my list. So yeah. So Flash, Gotham. Well, I agree with you on Arrow as well. Like, and I don't want to put all the CW shows on there.
Yeah.
But I gotta like think of one more that was really bad.
That woman did look really cool. From like the images I saw, Ruby Rose, I think, is the actress. What show did she end up on? Was it Arrow or Flash? Batwoman.
I have no idea.
In the CW world, I'm not sure. But oh, how about Iron Fist?
Oh, there he goes. Iron Fist.
That's the one.
That is the last one. Can you elaborate more on that? On why you chose that one?
Yeah. because the fight choreography was subpar. I thought. I thought uh, I expected like really good fight scenes from that. The guy that they chose as the lead didn't do it for me. Um, and I just felt I don't know. Whenever I checked, I didn't watch the whole season through, but I felt like we needed to get to some of the action a little quicker. And it's the same thing with like a lot of those Netflix shows. Sometimes they have too many episodes, um, and I feel like that one suffered from that too. A meandering season.
Yeah, I agree with you. It was super slow. Just felt like it took forever to get to wherever it was going. I seemed to also to be more interested into like the family drama and like the dad and stuff like
Yeah,
that. I don't know why,
yeah,
And I'm like, yo, aren't I supposed to want to see more of the Iron Fist? I did like the chick though.
yeah.
I thought she was pretty badass, and she was pretty cool actor. But yeah, I'll put that up there with you. I
I
think
thought
I agree.
I would have liked to seen Iron Fist in um like a more of a suit that I recognized. You know, throw the headband on Iron Fist. You know,
Yeah.
um, here's so the lowest rated comic based TV shows on Rotten Tomatoes. Right here's the top 10 that they have. Some of these are surprising. So number 10 is Punisher at 62% uh, positive rating. Number 9, Birds of Prey. Do you remember this? I do kind of remember it. Uh, Black Canary, Oracle, and the Huntress.
Yeah.
Uh, Looks like in 2002, that was number 9. Number 8, again, kind of surprisingly, Bill Bixby, Hulk Show, which I don't think it was bad, maybe a little dated. Number 7, Painkiller Jane,
Yeah, I never saw that one.
which I'm not familiar with. 6 is Powers, which is that an Image comic?
I think so.
Number 5, The Tomorrow People. Number 4, The Cape, which I don't even know what that is. 3, Heroes Reborn. Did you watch Heroes, the first
No,
incarnation?
didn't watch any of that.
2 was Iron Fist. And numero uno, you guessed, with 10% positive ratings, was Inhuman. Um, okay, we've been a little too negative. You know what I wanted to do is, from here, what comic book properties do you think are primed to be really good TV shows? Because a lot of times the medium of TV and movies are very different, right?
Mhm.
Some things that would make a killer feature film wouldn't necessarily make a cool TV show, and vice versa. So I feel like my picks on what I'd like to see as like a cool comic book adaptation movie, that list is very different than what I'd like to see adapted to a TV show. So
True.
I'm curious to see what your thoughts are and what the chat's thoughts are on uh, some what's some potential TV show candidates.
Is there anything that comes off the top of your head, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, plenty.
Oh,
Um,
throw one out there for me.
okay, there's there's one that I guess it was in production, but um, I don't know. I think it's like in limbo right now. But you know what? The first appearance of who appears in this one? This slab is the first appearance of the New Warriors.
Hold on, I'm gonna show that again. I'm gonna just click it on you real quick.
Okay. This is Thor number 412. First appearance of New Warriors. Uh, One of my favorite teams. Night Thrasher, Speedball, Nova, Namorita. Am I missing anyone? Firestar.
Firestar, that is a great character.
I've always really dug Night Thrasher. Night Thrasher's a really cool character. They were apparently in production. They made a pilot. Um, they had Squirrel Girl on the team, and they had a girl from like from like some like Verizon commercials or something. I was playing it, but Squirrel Girl. I guess it was well received, but it didn't end up getting picked up. But I think the New Warriors would be cool. They're kind of like like a young team led by this dude Night Thrasher. Uh,
All right, I dig it.
yeah. Hey, Discovery Bay in the house.
Hey, what's going on today with Discovery Bay? What's up, JD, man? Thanks for joining us, bro. All right, so I guess a comic book that I guess I would like to see in a TV show, and I know this sounds crazy, but I would, man, I would love to see Detective Comics Black Mirror run, man. I think that could be a cool, detective story that you could use. I think, and you got James Gordon. I mean, this is something that they could have maybe done on Gotham. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there, but I think that would be a super, super cool storyline that you could take and, put onto the small screen, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean that's interesting, but I guess that's like one story arc,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So I guess you're asking more like,
because one of my criteria, because when I was saying like there's different criteria that makes for like a good movie pick and a good TV pick, one that comes to mind for me is like being able to have like a serialized story that could go on for a while versus like a big event, you know. Um,
okay.
but then again, shows like True Detective, which was like one season of some of the greatest television I've ever seen. Uh, you know, there's that way to look at it. Have you seen True Detective, HBO?
No, but of course I've heard great things about it.
Oh, brother, let me tell you. I feel like it could have been like an indie comic, almost
Oh,
like
yeah?
dude, like crime, horror, noir type vibes. I don't want to go off on a tangent. It's the best.
Bro, I mean, talk about indie comics. We all know that God Country's movie, and I saw this. I wasn't at the local signing at the comic book shop they had in Miami because Donny Cates at my LCS called Corca Comics. They had a signing down in Miami. It was a little far for me, and I was on the MCE show last night. So I met him Sunday night at the Revolution Con when I also met Chris Claremont. But he mentioned that he just turned in the script to God Country.
I'm yet to read God Country. I really
Bro, see that? You know what's funny? I was gonna ask you if you wanted to talk like some indie books, like some indie runs, because I know you're reading Die, and I haven't read that yet because I can't find it anywhere. So I would tell you, bro, pick up the trade to God Country, man. You will love that book. I guarantee you, man. It's a great concept, and we're getting a movie on it. So, and Donny Cates is writing the script to the movie. Like, how many times does that happen?
Right.
So I'm super excited for that.
I've got two indie books here that I think could make a good TV show. One is, dude, it's a current run. If Discovery Bay Comics is in the chat, which he is, yes. JB, you sir put me onto this book, and I am so glad that you did. Sword Daughter, Dark Horse Comics. It's a current series. I think it's on issue like 5 or 6. JB threw it out. I was like, yeah, Sword Daughter's a good run. Check it out. So I was like, all right, let me do that. And dude, I'm all about it. The art is tremendous in this thing. The story is like, man, it's so good. Of this young girl growing up with, coming up with her dad. Man, what a cool storyline. It could totally be a television show. Man, I can't say enough good things about Sword Daughter. I don't see it a lot on the comic shelves, like at my LCS and stuff, but
yeah, I've never seen it. It looks super cool though. And
it really is.
I do. I guess JB says he's got a set of Die for me.
And baby!
But I got you on those Mad Cave books because I got some Mad Cave books I can trade him, and that's an indie series too that I'm really into called Knights of the Golden Sun. Here, it's a local Miami comic publisher down here called Mad Cave Studios. They just dropped another title called Honor and Curse, and that's another book that could possibly be a TV show because it's about shinobis, man, and that's. It's just the artwork in that is awesome. The story is pretty cool as well. They just had issue 1 come out last week. So you can go to your LCSs, guys, and asked for Mad Cave Studios, Knights of the Golden Sun, and Honor and Curse, and now you can show that comic once again.
Sword Daughter by Dark Horse, and look at the crew of, I guess you could call them villains.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
They're like a really gnarly crew of like these savage barbarians. Yeah, tremendous.
Daughter. Let me see if I can pull out a Knights. I don't think I have one behind me. Yeah, but Knights of the Golden Sun is a great read right now, man. I've been enjoying the hell out of that.
Ed Dude coming through with the Moon Knight Netflix shout out.
Hey, Moon Knight Netflix shout out.
Can't really disagree there, right? I mean, you think Moon Knight would fare better as a movie or a television show? What's up, Mr. Garrel? Comics Misexplained in the house. Hello, sir.
Our comic people are in the building still.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, man. I mean, Moon Knight, I'll say this. He's getting a lot of steam right now. I mean, why can't we see him on the big screens? You know? I mean, he's a character, of course, the comic book community has always loved, but he's definitely not one like, you know, if you look what Marvel's done. Like, for instance, Iron Man. Of course, he was greatly loved with Iron Man, but he wasn't, you would say, an A character, you know, an A-list character. Of course, now he is, but think about it. When Marvel said they're going to be doing that, people are like, I don't know. You know, when they did the same thing with Guardians of the Galaxy, you know, think about how big Guardians of the Galaxy is now. It was not that big before. Even myself included, like, I wasn't a big Guardians of the Galaxy fan. Like, the only run that I could say that I ever kind of liked was the Dan Abnett run, and that's what they kind of based that off of, you know? So, I mean, I would like to see Moon Knight on the big screen, man. I think he would be a better character on the big screen, but it could be a cool Netflix show.
Interesting. So, yeah, I'm torn. I would go TV show with him. And when I pick a character for TV versus movie, it's not. I don't say that because like I don't think they're a cool or a strong enough character to carry a film or anything. I think that when you make a movie on a character, you want to be able to have like one big story arc and tell one big badass story and do it that way. Whereas a guy like Moon Knight, he's like, I feel like he could be a good slow burn character because I'd want to do it like more like a toned down show. Like he wouldn't be in that armored up Moon Knight suit in my vision of the show. I'm like dictate. He wouldn't do this, but if in my version of the show, he wouldn't be in the big Batman armored tech suit that much. I'd probably do a lot of scenes of him in the white mask and the white suit style when he's on the streets doing his kind of like investigative work. Do a lot of like the mind games of Khonshu. Basically, I would try to rip off the Warren Ellis run as much as possible because it's still my favorite run of Moon Knight, and I could just see it getting really twisted. Have some really nutty sequences of, you know, there's just so much cool. I don't think you could pack in enough of what makes Moon Knight great in one film. I think you need to lead people on that journey of like this schizophrenic dude, hero that is like, you know, doing his thing. So
yeah,
Netflix.
Ed Dude agreed with you. It's got to be something slow. I mean, I don't know. I guess I think it would, like I would just want to see him on the big screen.
I know. I want to see him just mix it up with other.
Yeah, you know, like I could just totally see that happening. So, all right. So we can go to the Mount Rushmore of our favorite.
Hold on, don't sleep. TV shows. I still want to see. I want to see Masks and Mobsters.
Oh, okay.
As a TV show.
Masked and Mobsters. That looks pretty cool.
Yeah, this is a sleeper. This was an Image comic. Not a few years back, I forget, but it's kind of what it sounds like. It's like you know, mobster crime noir stuff with comic book like vigilante heroes kind of mixed into it. It was a cool black and white style book.
You know what that art kind of reminds me of? And I just thought of it now too. Another Image book. I got the trade in the other room, but I could probably see this Southern Bastards. I don't know if you read that Jason Aaron's run, but really, really good, man. And that could be a cool show.
Yeah, yeah, it could. I've only read like the first couple issues, but yeah, I could totally see that. Boom.
Jason Aaron's, bro. We're leading to the War of the Realms, man. I don't know if you're excited for that, but I am.
Yeah, I think I don't really know what's coming in that, but it's post No Surrender.
Yeah, man. It's post everything that's happening now, but I read an article the other day and Jason Aaron says like pretty much since he's been like started writing Thor, everything has been leading up to this. Like it's literally like I guess he's going to be pulling things from things he was writing from then and I don't know, but like everything's supposed to be leading up to this. Like everything he's ever been writing on Thor. So,
and dude, you know I still haven't read the God of Thunder Jason Aaron run.
Bro, are you serious?
Right? Am I?
Bro,
is that like is that one of those like
God Bomb and God Butcher are so good?
Yeah, everyone is like.
And I got to shout out to the guys on my podcast because I was not on that. Both Justin and Kevin were so heavy on that. They were telling me like, bro, you need to read God Bomb and God Butcher. And sure enough, I went and read. I was like, bro, just think about that name.
Yeah,
that's the
God
first
Butcher
appearance.
Sounds like
that's the first appearance of Noel's God Bomb.
Yeah.
Well,
God
the
Butcher.
first cameo because I guess the first full appearance is in Venom 3, but Cates pulled Noel from that Jason Aaron run.
I heard that.
And that's why that issue number 6 is, you know, $40-$45. I cannot find that. That's the only I am missing literally a 6 and an 8 of that run, like for my single issues. I cannot get a 6 anywhere. And I try not to, you know me, I like to try to find things on the deals, bro. So I try not to, you know, pay that premium dollar if I don't have to. So
yes. You know what's another show? I got
damn, see, we could do this too, man, for a minute. Yo, shout out to the queen of MCE, Barbara Lopez in the building.
Barbara Lopez. I think with I dig Elseworlds stuff, right? And I think there's a way that you could do a TV show with Spider-Man in it, the X-Men in it, Captain America in it, all of them, Doctor Doom in it, right? You're like, yo, Comic Head, what do you mean? What kind of show are you gonna put with all these characters in? You call up HBO and you make Marvel 1602 as a TV show. You don't need crazy budget. You just need to recreate Game of Thrones era type stuff. And you could tell such... Dude, Neil Gaiman, Marvel... Have you read this?
No, I have not. But did you see that Game of Thrones trailer today?
Yeah. I did.
I like, man, that literally comes out 5 days before my wedding. So thank God I at least get to see.
What's the release date?
The 14th, April 14th. I get married April 19th.
We're going to get Game of Thrones and Avengers Endgame really close to each other.
Yeah, man. Yep.
This is some appointment reading for you, brother.
Yeah.
Just explain those.
1602? All right, I'm going to have to hop on that.
Yeah, it's good stuff. The yo is from Comic Head, the bro is from Chad. What's that
mean? Yo, bro.
Yo, bro.
Yo, bro. That could be our for the comic bros.
Oh, right.
And Jeffrey Comic-Con Henson's part of that. Like, you know, he's my comic bro as well, man. That's too funny, yo. All right. Do we have any more titles we want as TV shows, or do you want to get into this Mount Rushmore of animated?
Yeah, let's do that because I have 20 more.
Yeah, we could be here all night, man.
Yeah, I have so many shows that I want to see.
All right, so for those of you that are just joining us in the chat, we did a Mount Rushmore of live-action comic book shows. We did a Mount Trashmore of live-action comic book shows. And now we're to our favorite part, because if we had just a Mount Rushmore of comic book shows, it probably would be all animated series anyway. So we're doing its own category, which is Mount Rushmore of animated TV comic book shows. So my guess, number 1, you may have the floor.
Well, let's see, Mount Rushmore. So we're not necessarily ranking them, right? So I'm gonna
just say save the best one for last, because
Yeah.
I already know what it is.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
just save that
yeah.
one for last.
All right. I'm just gonna come right out the gate with it, and I got 2 words for you, brother. Turtle power. Turtle power.
Of course, and that one's on mine. I'm not gonna even try to disagree. Like that one's on mine as well.
Yeah, it's turtle power,
bro. Eating pizza, you know, I had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle underwear.
That's the funniest response. Hey, hey man, you like the Turtles cartoon, bro? Eating pizza. That's so funny, dude. Yes, eating pizza.
Watching Cowabunga.
Cowabunga.
Just
Kung Fu fighting. Michelangelo's a party dude.
I mean, badass
Donatello
Raphael.
loves machines. Donatello loves machines. Right?
Yeah, bro. And then we get Robot Donatello. You know?
Yeah. Well, what did they say in the intro? It was Leonardo's cool but crude. Michelangelo's a party dude. You know what I'm saying from the intro?
Yeah, bro. But I mean, you're talking about way back from a kid, and they don't even show that stuff anymore, man. I don't even know where I can.
Donatello loves machines. What's Leonardo's thing? Donatello loves machines.
He's the leader of the team. Leonardo, no?
Leonardo leads the team.
I don't know if it's that.
No, Raphael is cool but crude. Michelangelo is a party. All right.
Oh, we got JB up in the house, man. What's going on? Discovery Bay?
Discovery Bay.
You've been discovered.
Oh, he's in the house.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you,
hear
bro.
me?
Yeah, we can hear you,
Yeah?
man.
All right.
Well, welcome home from work. Welcome home from work, man.
Too much fun, man. I'm over here just laughing my ass off. He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm in the chat. She's like, "Get in the chat." Here I am.
That's what's up, man.
What's up, man?
Not much,
keep
man.
going.
All right, sweet.
Cheers, everybody. Everybody in the chat, let's get a thumbs up.
Cheers.
Indeed.
Nice.
All right. So yes, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I will say this, that was probably my second favorite animated series as a kid. And
absolutely.
And Barbara Lopez pointed it out in the chat that her son loves the crossover between Batman and Teenage. Bro, that comic, Batman and TMNT, that first run, and I don't know if you read that, Kenny or JB, but I enjoyed that greatly. That was one of the things when I heard that they were doing, I had to be on that. The first run is a great read. The second one, I would say, is not as good as the first one, but it's not bad. You know, it's just the first one was just awesome. And then they also had the Batman animated series and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle crossover, I guess, in like the shows. And then they had like, it was the comic book shows. Does that make sense? So that came out last year. It was the 2 animated series shows crossover in a comic book. And it was like its own thing. Yeah, and that was really cool because you got Batman animated series Joker and Harley in that, which was awesome. That one you should definitely read, Kenny, because I know how you feel about Batman the animated series. So my next pick, or our first pick, was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm on the same boat with you. I'm going to go ahead and start with number 2, and I'm just going to say it. It's got to be Amazing Spider-Man, the animated series. Of course, as a kid growing up, that made every kid in the 90s just love Spider-Man. That's probably why he's everyone's favorite character. You know what I mean? At least in our generation, for sure. So have to put that out there. That will be my second pick on the Mount Rushmore.
JB, what say you on your favorite or the top animated like adaptations from comic book properties? You got one?
From a comic book property. You know, you see what I got on the wall. I love this thing growing up. I used to watch the hell out of that.
Super Friends.
Hey, all right. So
yeah, I don't know if you guys if you've watched 3 Men in a Basement or Lords of the Long Box, when they do a video, they got that intro. That's the super villains. The intro from this, it is awesome. Everybody in the chat, go check that out. You know what I'm talking about, Kenny? Have you
yeah,
seen
I know
it?
exactly what you're talking about.
You know that
Yeah.
intro? I love that part.
Yeah.
It's just like
probably go Super Friends. You know, it had all the
Absolutely.
characters, man.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
did.
and I even liked the Wonder Twins. Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
and I bought the comic. Yeah, I bought it.
you
Me
tell
too.
the world. You
Me
tell them.
too.
Nothing wrong with little Wonder Twins in your life.
Yeah, and then all the characters are they're all iconic. You're talking about the Trinity here. You got it all.
Yeah, that classic animation style. And yeah, they just used lots of. I always liked that when they had a series with lots of characters in it.
Lots of characters because you didn't know episode to episode who you're gonna get.
Yeah.
You know,
Do you have a second one?
lots of different opportunities for storylines. And then if someone already hit X-Men?
No, you can throw it on. I mean, that was going to be my next one. Was
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you go then.
No. Those are your two, so we're all caught up
Yeah.
on two. So
Yeah, that's
All
my
right.
two. The X-Men was just, come on.
yeah, Kenny, number 3.
Number 3. So, all right. So we're gonna say the top one, right? So, Dead X-Men, Dead Spider-Man, Dead Ninja Turtles. I probably watched more Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends than you would think, because it wasn't on television when I was growing up, but I had a big old stack of VHSs of
Ooh.
Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends.
Ooh.
Like that whole era of cartoons, like if you guys like talking to intro songs, the intro song to Jeffrey Comic-Con's videos is the classic Incredible Hulk cartoon theme, which was awesome. I don't know. I had a tape that I played the hell out of. The episode was 7 Little Superheroes. It was like a cartoon series that had the Chameleon as the main villain. And, dude, it was stacked with Spider-Man, Namor, Doctor Strange, Captain America, Shauna the Jungle Queen. Me and my brother still quote lines from that cartoon to this day. It is a demon! We say that all the time. It's an inside joke. Doctor Strange says it before he falls in a hole. It's just goodness, man. And, yeah, I'm, like, super nostalgic from that era, Spidey and His Amazing Friends.
All right, so there it is.
You gonna read the chat?
Yeah, we can go ahead and shout out a couple
Captain
people.
Planet.
Chat talking about Transformers, He-Man,
bro.
remember He-Man?
He-Man
G.I.
for sure.
Joe.
Yo, shout out to my boy
Barbara
Josh in the
throughout-
chat.
Barbara threw out Captain Planet.
Bro, but Captain Planet was great. I read that
Right?
I watched it as a kid.
I'm
So-
not sure which of these are comic. That's the thing. G.I. Joe.
Snarf. Fucking Highland comic bro busted out the snarf.
Yeah, Captain Planet was my hero.
Oh, that's too funny.
Good call. Good call.
I know JB said it, but my number 3 X-Men animated series just was a foundation for me as a child. I mean, it was a pleasure and an honor meeting Chris Claremont because every single character that he ever created wound up being in that TV show.
Yep.
And you want to talk about another show where you didn't know who was going to be in it because you always had a different villain. They were always changing people in and out. Like, just overall great. And then, come on, the intro song. Like, the moment you hear it, you know what's on. So that's my number 3. And those are my reasons for that.
And
So,
You gotta get
you know?
Kenny to bust that out on the piano.
Yeah,
That's a good- I know.
Get on the keyboard, Kenny.
me and Kenny are gonna set up a jam session. I'm a bass player in a band, so we're gonna get
I
together.
know, man.
Like,
Let's do. Where's Joe? What's his name? Joe.
Yeah, Joe Jenkins.
Go get Joe Jenkins on lead. Kenny on keyboard.
bro,
You
we should
got,
get guitars
Yeah.
and comics, bro.
Yeah,
that guy
that's Joe.
shreds.
Joe
Oh, it's
Jenkins.
Joe. Okay.
Yeah.
That's Joe Jenkins.
The
What's up?
and one thing that's like real notable about X-Men cartoon that no other cartoon really did for the most part was like it was a story arc over the course of the season. Because most episodes of cartoons, even the GOAT show, the greatest of all time animated show, was it wasn't this ongoing story. It was
True.
one-off episodes. You didn't have to watch them in any order. You could watch a season 3 episode, then watch a season 2 episode. But X-Men, like they laid out the Dark Phoenix saga. They laid out Days of Future Past. It was like one of the few cartoons that had to start out with previously on X-Men. Because you needed to get brought up to speed because they were picking up where they left off on the last one.
Yeah.
So it was like, yeah, it was treating the audience like the kids, like they had to be invested in the show. And dude, they put every character you could think of in that freaking cartoon, which was awesome.
Do I get one more choice?
Say again? Yeah. So there you go. X-Men, I agree.
All right. So what's your number 3, JB?
I was thinking about back in the period when I was a kid. It's a combination of the comic book, the cartoon, and what's the third element, guys? The toys.
Okay.
And I had a shit ton of G.I. Joe.
Okay.
And they had spun all that shit together to these kids. They marketed the hell out of that to me and my dad, to the point that I was, had all kind of G.I. Joe, and it was all about G.I. Joe, and I wasn't missing the cartoon. I wasn't missing a character. I wasn't missing anything.
That's what's up. I like that pick.
G.I. Joe.
That pick.
Yeah, G.I. Joe was a great. And it's so funny whenever you watch a battle scene of G.I. Joe, all you're seeing a battlefield full of dudes with the worst aim ever. Because it's always this big battlefield and everyone's blasting off. No one ever gets shot. It's like
no one gets shot.
They just have these big shoot-offs.
Kid friendly, bro. Kid friendly.
Yeah, it's like bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
Like no one got hit.
It's got to be kid friendly, my friend.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, so that will bring us to the last one on the Mount Rushmore.
Hey, Barber's throwing out Savage Dragon, and Misexplained also plays bass.
Hey, bro, we can.
Just saying.
Hey,
I had a feeling Misexplained played something.
I can jump on the drums as he plays bass. I can switch it up a little bit too. That's what's up. We got a whole
Barbarian
band.
Kung Fu, what's up, brother?
Hey,
we're ranking our top comic book adaptation animated series
Yes.
of all time.
And shout out to Barbarian Kung Fu because he was actually in the chat before we went live, and we had some technical difficulties and had to switch over. So we did see you, brother. Thank you for being here then too, my friend.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Nice.
Rod the Rican in the house.
Hey, what's up, Rod?
Man.
Hey, Rod.
Harry coming
Comics.
over? Man,
Oh,
we're getting-
man, all the homies.
Yeah, bro.
The show ended. Somebody's show ended.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Somebody's show ended.
Thank you guys for
Hey.
joining us, man. So-
Bueller and Tom had almost 185 people in there. You couldn't even
man.
read the chat. You couldn't read it. It was going so fast. You can't even read it. It's almost not fun.
I hear you. Because the chat is like half the fun.
The chat's
in
the
these.
fun.
Yeah, for
I want to be
sure.
able to interact with the people and go back.
That's
and
my
forth
favorite
with
part
the
is
phone
looking
so fast,
down
I
at
can't even
there.
get their name spelled right.
I just like it when everyone's interacting with each other in there and they're not even listening to what we're saying. That's my favorite part with the chat.
Nice.
So shout out to all you guys in the
Very
chat.
nice.
All right, so my last one on the list, and I know it's Kenny's. It's the ultimate. It's the number one, I think, on most everybody's Mount Rushmore, and that's Batman the Animated Series, hands down. I had to watch every single episode when I was a kid. To Kenny's point earlier, you could watch it from any episode. You didn't need to be connected. There were a couple episodes that were connected, like 2 or 3 episodes, but for the most part, you could jump in on any episode and watch it. And I mean, you got every great Batman villain to ever go through, the show. And then, of course, it gave us Harley Quinn, man. And who doesn't love Harley Quinn right now?
The Batman animated series was really on another level. The quality of animation, because we listed like X-Men, right? Everyone loves the X-Men, but if you go back and watch X-Men, the animation is pretty lousy. The G.I. Joe era animation is lousy. We love it. We're nostalgic for it, but
It's nostalgic. Yeah, that's what
it's
it is.
really cheap. Like they just cheap banged it out. Spider-Man and the Amazing Friends, which I loved. Super Friends is like cheap animation, and the Batman animated series harkened back to like those old Fleischer Superman cartoons, like super smooth animation, killer designs. Like to this day, those are some of the most like iconic designs of Batman's Rogues Gallery that there is. Like the X-Men cartoon really just jacked like the 90s Jim Lee style, you know? But Batman animated series created like the looks that would endure for, you know, forever with a lot of these characters. Like I'm pretty sure before that cartoon, the Riddler for the most part was like doing the spandex thing a lot with question marks all over the place. Like they got him in a sleek suit, you know, all that stuff. The shame on me, comic head. What'd I do? It was just on another level. Storytelling was mature enough for to be enjoyed today and not feel like you're watching something hokey.
Iconic voices, Kevin Conroy. If you got Mark Hamill's Joker, like anytime that anyone asks me who's your favorite Batman or Joker, I say those two.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget one time. I was at work and these older gentlemen were there enjoying their coffee, and they were having a conversation about the best Joker. Either being Heath Ledger or Jack Nicholson and all that. And they turned to me and they asked me because they knew I watched all those movies and whatnot, and I read comics. I was like, "Oh, the best Joker ever is Mark Hamill." And they tried to look at me. They're like, "Mark Hamill was never the Joker." I'm like, "See, you guys don't know Batman." Like that was my response to them. I'm like, any real Batman fans knows that Batman animated series, like that's the standard. You know what I mean? Like think about that. Like that's like a lot of people use Batman animated series as their lore. You know what I mean? And I will never argue that because it's one of the greatest TV shows to me of all time. Like I have it luckily because of my brother, full HD, where I can just like, on a flash drive, I can just, click on an episode and watch it. And if you really want to know something crazy, Kenny, you can look up there is an actual order to it, supposedly, like the way it didn't air in the order it was supposed to, but there's supposed to be.
I heard that. Yeah, I've heard that.
So you can definitely check that out.
I gotta run. Check the chat. Biggie put his email in there. If you want to, invite him on, put his email in there. Oh, I gotta run, fellas. Catch everybody later tonight. I gotta go feed these kids.
Hey,
thanks for hopping in, brother.
Thanks for hopping in, JD. That's awesome. I'm not sure how much longer we'll be going. We'll have to possibly link up with Biggie Shaq on another time if that's all right, Biggie Shaq, because we just finished up both Mount Rush or all the Mount Rushmores.
Yeah, and I do have to bail in like 10 minutes.
So,
but I do want to give shout out John's Comics with Kids. Thank you for hopping in. And who did I see? D-Runk's in the house.
Yeah, shout out to D-Runk, man.
Yeah, D-Runk is in the building. He just did an episode where he was shouting out the X-Men animated series that we were talking about. He made a lot of good points on it. Dex Funko's Pops and Comics.
Oh, you know what I can show D-Runk? Because I know he'll appreciate
Biggie Shaq,
it.
all love, brother. We definitely will link up with you soon.
Yeah, we have to make that happen, Biggie Shaq. I know mine's not graded, D-Runk, but I got my Rogue signed, bro. So, because he was showing off his the other night on your show.
Yeah, that's a great book to get signed. So, that was cool that what's his name? That Claremont picked that one to sign.
Oh yeah, man, it was super cool, man. I was like, so Rogue or Gambit, and he was like Rogue. So I think I forgot to tell John that story when I was talking to him earlier. So, but all right, well, thanks for everyone joining us in the chat. If you guys can hit that thumbs up button for me.
Yeah. Why not?
I mean, this was a lot of fun. Tuesday nights are like open mic nights now. I will be going live tomorrow with the whole crew of 90 Miles from Comics podcast, which is my friends Javi, Justin, Kevin, and Joe. We'll be setting that up tomorrow. So if you guys want to come back here tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, come join me. We'll be talking comics that came out last week, and we'll be talking about some books that come out tomorrow because tomorrow's new comic book day. And I guess, you know what? Before we close it out, is there anything that you're like super looking forward to tomorrow, Kenny?
Batman stuff.
Yeah, right.
I can't think of what's coming tomorrow. But
I do think Batman comes out tomorrow because Detective was last week.
Oh yeah. There's some killer covers for Batman. That's right. The Question is going to be featured in the next issue of Batman, which I guess is kind of cool. I like the Question. I think he's underrated. Speaking of guys you can make a TV show with, Question.
Yeah, right. Immortal Hulk comes out tomorrow. Great shout out, Highly Comic Bro.
Immortal
I will
Hulk.
definitely be on that, man. That is one of the hottest books right now. I found that first appearance of Immortal Hulk at the con, which was awesome. At
Force tomorrow. Oh baby.
Yeah,
I'm
really?
Pumped. I'm pumped now.
Oh, bro, I don't. Oh man, I really got to talk to JB if he has.
Oh,
that
the
set.
Black Order. Oh, dude. Hey, the cover B for Black Order tomorrow, the Ebony Maw cover, is Flamethrower. Whoa. Look out for it.
Yo, everyone in the chat's excited for what's coming out tomorrow, eh?
Yeah, I'm glad that they're reminding me. Fantastic Four. No, I feel like I just picked up Fantastic Four. This is a great storyline going there. The 30
that came out last
35.
week. Fantastic Four came out last week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, what's 30-35 Fantastic Four? Kung Fu. Sure.
Oh no, he's picking up a 30 through 35. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Barbarian has been on the back issue hunt. So that's got to be some Silver Age goodness he's picking up.
Oh, whoa, 30 to 35. That's a killer section of Fantastic. Wow. Pre-Galactus, pre-Surfer. Nice.
If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, bro. Tell me if I'm wrong, Chad. Tell me if I'm wrong, bro. So
that's definitely something to look forward to.
Yeah, man. There's a lot to look forward to, bro. We got Captain Marvel coming out this week. We got great comic books coming out this week. Are you dropping anything on your channel this week, Kenny?
Yeah, one thing that I definitely need to drop is my contest results.
Oh!
So it's coming, y'all. It's coming.
We already have a winner.
Who won?
No, for your contest. Or you're going to put out the contest details?
No, I'm gonna pick the winner. I'm gonna do it live because I want no shenanigans. Your boy Conicad, he plays a fair. He shoots straight and fair, brother. So, I'm gonna download or get on the website of that little randomizer.org thing. I'm gonna get all the names of the people that entered my contest, the 200 sub contest, where I'm giving away that slab and all that. I'm gonna randomize it. I'm gonna do it live.
Well, no, what you gotta do is you got to get like a dice, right? And you got to roll the dice, and whatever number that the dice, like 2 dice, like I see a couple people do this. If it rolls on snake eyes, of course you do it again, but you roll 2 dice, and whatever number it lands on, you randomize it that many times, and then on the last time, that winner gets it.
Yeah, right. The little like computer app thing does the rolling of the dice, right? I see them. They click the thing, it does the dice, and then you do it that many times, right?
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah, I'm gonna do that. I've never done it before. I'm gonna figure that out. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna knock that out this week. So,
can you tell us what day? So
I know, right? Oh man. All right,
bro. Why do you do it Friday?
I'm gonna do it Friday.
It's Comic Head and Friends. What a better way to kick off the weekend. Give out some comic books to someone out in the comic community.
Yeah, you just got me pumped, brother. Friday, brother.
Friday, brother.
What you gonna do when I run my contest entries on you?
So make sure you guys go to Comic Head's channel. I put the link in the description below for you guys.
Up, Biggie. That's so funny.
Hit that sub for Comic Head. He just hit 400 again, so congrats on that, bro. I'm super proud and happy for you, man. That is awesome.
Thank you.
Hopefully things can work out. I might be able to join you this Friday. I got to return the favor for you helping me out here. So if you need any help, man, let me know. I also just want to be there to party. So if it's a party, I am there, sir.
Word up. Love it.
Sweet. Shout out to everyone that's still here with us in the chat. We still got Biggie Comics, Highly a Comic Bro, Barbarian Kung Fu, Barbara Lopez. You guys are awesome. Hit that like button for me. Until tomorrow night when we're here with the 90 Miles from Comics podcast crew, remember, people, go get your books tomorrow. It's New Comic Book Day, so go get them.
Good advice. Peace.
Peace.